Welcome to Entry Point Faith, where every week we discover fresh meaning in the world so you can find faith your way. And now, please welcome your host, Pastor Nancy Lafferty.
As a former English teacher and all-around language nerd, I have always loved analogies and metaphors. When we can use language to paint a picture that helps us to understand other language, I'm always giddy with excitement. Almost daily, I encouraged my students with metaphors for the content at hand. They liked it, and so did I. Now today, we are going to investigate the metaphor of getting people on a bus as an example of building a successful business. So let's start where we need to start. In 2001, Jim Collins wrote a book called Good to Great, detailing his research on the success or lack of success for thousands of companies. He realized a number of key concepts that the few great companies had in common. And as a result, his work has been read and studied by many people who are interested in achieving success within their company. Now, in 2005, Jim Collins wrote a smaller monograph of his book, Good to Great, that he tailored to the social sectors, that is, the non-business elements of our society, schools and churches, hospitals, performing arts groups. In that monograph, he identified the concepts that are pertinent to us, taken from the business models that have achieved greatness. I want Entry Point to be great. I want our faith community to impact people positively. I want Entry Point to make a difference in the community, in our city, in our state, in our country, in our world. So how do we become a great organization? Jim Collins claims, a great organization is one that delivers superior performance and makes a distinct impact over a long period of time. For a social sector organization like us, performance can't be measured in financial returns. Instead, it must be assessed relative to the mission of the organization. Collins said these words, "In the social sectors, the critical question is not how much money do we make per dollar of invested capital, but how effectively do we deliver on our mission and make a distinctive impact relative to our resources." So let's take a moment and see how we are doing. What is our mission? Our mission is printed on our program, but if you are not physically with us, let me share that with you. Our mission is this: Entry Point welcomes, values, and inspires all people on their own spiritual journey while embracing diverse beliefs. Are we able to deliver on that mission? Are we able to make a distinct impact relative to our resources? In general, I think we can say yes to those questions, but I have always wondered why we don't have more people in attendance. I believe we are doing church in an incredibly unique, relevant way. I believe we are offering anyone who attends exactly what our mission statement reads. I think many of us would like to impact a greater number of people, especially in our physical space. I will share with you that we have a small group of people, probably a consistent 20 to 30 people, who will never come to our physical location and attend our church because they either don't live in Indiana or they just aren't churchgoers. They are not willing to come on Sunday morning, but they are interested in the posts that we make on our Facebook page, and they watch our messages faithfully online. So with that in mind, we are fulfilling our vision as well to be a presence in central Indiana and online. In his book, Collins uses the metaphor of a bus as a way of describing the participation and the direction of an organization. He says every company has a bus that is driven by the leader of that organization, and that for things to progress smoothly, an organization needs to load the bus with the right people, and those people need to be sitting in the right seats on the bus. Now, you may not like the way I drive, but I am the driver of the bus right now. When I first became part of this fine community, there were some people on the bus that aren't on the bus anymore. And that happens. Natural attrition, changes in life circumstances, and a major pandemic will alter the composition on any organization's bus. Some people sitting on that bus several years ago are still faithfully on that bus, but they might be sitting in a different seat on that bus. Most of the seats on our bus are free. And by that, I mean you work for free. Most of the seats are volunteer positions, and some of those seats are empty right now. So you can see where I'm headed. I'm getting ready to ask you to get on the bus and find the right seat for you. Getting on the bus means that you are committed to this faith community. We can't pay you. In fact, we ask you to pay us. But that's what a social sector organization is. And social sectors offer something that business sectors can't. Incredible meaning in our lives. Purity of mission has the power to ignite passion and commitment. Most of us who attend because we are passionate about the mission of Entry Point and the way we are, who we are, what we believe, how we act, how we see the world. It's a shared feeling. It's a shared ideal. Once the right people are committed to the mission, then greatness happens. Also, the right people committed to the mission can attract money. Money by itself can never attract the right people. Money is a commodity. Talent is not. Time and talent can often compensate for lack of money. But money cannot ever compensate for lack of the right people. One of the beautiful features of this organization is not me. It's not our slides. It's not our music. It's not other things. It is you. You who watch us online. You who sit in the seats, faithfully attending, supporting our mission. You are already inspired. You are passionate and committed. So let's make sure each one of you is on the bus and sitting in the right seat. Maybe you are sitting there thinking, well, sheesh, I've been waiting for somebody to ask me to do something. I don't even know what they need around here. They look like they have it all under control, and we do look like we have it all under control. But we need help. Here are some of the empty seats on our bus. And perhaps Now is the time for you to step up to fill some of these seats. Greeters. We need a full greeting team that will allow people to volunteer once a month, as well as a person to lead that team. We need a few more prayer givers who are willing to offer a prayer, maybe once a month, maybe once every 3 months, maybe once a year. And we also need a person to lead that team. We need a marketing team. We need 2 to 3 people to help to develop a plan to market our product, our community. And we need a person to lead that effort. We need a setup or a hospitality team. We need a couple of people each week, again, on a rotating basis, who will arrive at 10 o'clock and get the tables ready for company. Beverly Vansel is the leader of that team. And finally, we need a tear-down team. We need 2 to 3 people each week on a rotating basis who can help us pack up and move everything from the room that we have our service in into our storage area down the hall, as well as a person to lead that team. If you are interested in moving to any of those seats on the bus, please let me know. My contact information will be apparent at the end of this video. When Jim Collins and his team began their research with companies to see what they were doing either well or not so well, he expected to find that the first step in taking a company from good to great would be to set a new direction, a new vision and strategy for the company, and then to get people committed and aligned behind that new direction. Instead, he found something quite the opposite. Companies who were able to transform from good to great did not first figure out where to drive the bus and then get people to take it there. They first got the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus. And then, all together, they figured out where to drive it. They said, look, I don't really know where we should take this bus, but I know this much. If we get the right people on the bus, the right people in the right seats, and the wrong people off the bus, then we'll figure out how to take it someplace great. So come on, my friends. Get on the bus. Get on the bus. I can't wait to see where our bus ends up taking us. Amen.
Thanks for joining us this week on Entry Point Faith. The Entry Point Faith community meets every other Sunday at Conner Prairie in Fishers, Indiana. For more information or to join in person, visit entrypointonline.org. Entry Point Faith is a part of the Switchpoint Media Network. Find a variety of podcasts by visiting switchpoint.media.